appointed. We've just successfully completed the signing in and swearing in of these ministers into cabinet. This is an opportunity to introduce new blood into cabinet. More importantly, they represent the coalitions we have. For instance, Minister Bando representing the URP party, Minister Willie Joseph representing the Social Democratic Party. We have the Honorable Minister Masere representing the Greens Party on behalf of the scatter of many one-man parties we have in our coalition. And so with the representation as well as the balance of the three that is picked from the Panga Party caucus, Panga Party has 53 members of parliament. That's the highest ever number of MPs we've had since 1975. And so these three, the Honorable Minister Maladina, the Honorable Minister Mugua, and the Honorable Minister Boito, they come into the ranks. I just want to say thank you, firstly, to a couple of leaders of our country, the outgoing Minister, the Honorable Ayatambua, who stepped down from cabinet on his own free will. He felt he has police matter that to attend to. It was fair and proper that he stood down, he stepped down. I just want to say thank you to his family, his people of Roka, and his support network for allowing a leader who feels that he must step out of cabinet and allowing someone else to step into cabinet. The Honorable John Boito steps in representing the vacuum that was not just only created in the agriculture sector, but also in the representations of the Eastern Highlands province and their interests. You know, for those who need to know, we structure cabinet not just for the political representations based on party and coalitions. We also consider regional balance. We consider provincial balance. In my cabinet today, all provinces are represented except Manus. I do represent Manus' interest in cabinet, whatever it is. I do claim myself as a representative of Manus. They have only two members of parliament. One is the speaker at the moment, and one is the governor. So to the good people of Manus, yours truly here will continue to advocate for issues in as far as Manus development issues are concerned. But apart from this, every province is now represented in cabinet. I want to also say thank you to the people of Sohe as the Honorable Henry Amuli pursues re-election through the by-election process. He has asked me to relinquish the spot he occupied in cabinet that has been relinquished, and we have now lifted a second-term member, the Honorable Richard Masere, who leads the Greens Party into cabinet. The Honorable Masere will be Minister for Constitutional Matters. He will preside over national census. We want to tick off census this year. We want a dedicated minister on census. He will also preside over the electoral reforms. We want to tidy common role update. We want to tidy NID. We want to ensure that we tidy the people remunerations in our country. So far, this has not been fixed for the last 20 years. 20 years have come and gone. Population is unaccounted for. No concerted effort has been made in this space. Knowing your population matters. It is a new portfolio that, carved out so that he attends to these matters, so that we know exactly how many people we have in our country, and to account for population. After census has been delivered, he will be tasked to carry on in an important task of voter ID registration, voter ID, common role update, electoral commission reform and review, complementing the work Chairman the Honorable Saki Solomon is doing in the Constitutional Law Reform Commission area. There is a deliberate insertion of this ministry so that one person is dedicated to this core task of doing something that has been left on the sidewalk for so long, I felt consulting my coalition party leaders, including Prime Minister, my Deputy Parliamentary Leader, and all in our government caucus, we all in agreement that census must be done this year. There must be a concerted effort in this space. National Statistics Office, you now report to Minister Masare. Electoral Commission, you report to Minister Masare, and all other constitutional offices, including ICAC, Independent Commission Against Corruption, and Ombudsman Commission, all the key constitutional offices to deal with integrity of public office holders. We'll have a dedicated minister, Minister Masare, just attending to, so we leave no stones unturned in respect to this task. It was before reporting to me. The Office of Prime Minister has many, many other tasks, including, importantly, coordinating what happens elsewhere. I just felt that a dedicated minister must attend to this matter. So, Minister Masare, you will be pivotal in counting every person in our country and leave your legacy, leave your mark. You're a smart, educated second-term member of Parliament. You previously served as the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. You've stepped out to do certain work. This is your moment to shine in the sun, leave your legacy, tell Papua New Guineans you are worthy to be minister. I know you will certainly do, and you're not just picked to make up the numbers. You are picked as part of the infusement of new blood into the ranks. You come into that space. We've made some cabinet reshuffles. I want to say that the Honorable Billy Joseph assumes the work of Defense Ministry, and the Honorable Windaki goes to Commerce and Industry that has been left vacant. The Honorable Windaki is a self-made businessman before politics. In case some of you do not know, for every youth out there, every dropout in grade 10 and grade 12 and grade 8, learn from him, hear from him. Grade 10 graduate way back in the 1990s. He rose to become a multi-millionaire even before he became a member of Parliament, working through selling cabbages, growing cabbages, buying his first bus. You know, this is a story that needs to be told. We've now asked him, go to Commerce and Industry, the SME rollout programs that we are reviewing, the intervention to mobilize 1 million Papua New Guineans. When you talk about 1 million jobs, we're not talking about the 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock jobs or 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock jobs. We talk about 1 million Papua New Guineans must be meaningful engaged. Minister Daki is now moved to this Commerce and Industry job. We feel his special aptitude and his side in terms of encouraging business and growing business. We'll ask him to have an oversight in this important portfolio. The Honorable Billy Joseph takes over from Minister Daki in the defense portfolio. The important reform has been going. We know that he will progress his reforms and entrench them, as well as take an active leadership role in the defense sector, contributing to our national sovereignty and our sovereignty security. I want to also indicate Minister Maladina assumes the role as Petroleum Minister, as a split between petroleum and energy. And Minister Kua remains in the energy sector. Minister Maladina goes into the petroleum space, bringing his experience and expertise into the sector to ensure key government focuses progressed, picking up from where Minister Kua has been attending to. Minister Mugua becomes our new mining minister. He assumes into this senior role. We have Pogra outstanding to complete. We have Wafi Golpu to progress. Minister Mugua steps into this role, and I am absolutely confident. As a former managing director of our environmental regulatory authority, he is no stranger in the public service. He brings in a wealth of experience. He will move into this space easily. And our knight, Seano Pala, moves into the planning ministry. He moves into the planning ministry, and I want to thank the Honorable Rainbow Paita, who had oversight of the portfolio. Earlier it was me who had to watch over planning with the workload. I passed it on to Honorable Paita, so he combined both finance and planning. he retains finance, and the planning portfolio is now passed to the Honorable Anopala, senior amongst us, as well as the stability that he brings into the picture. He will bring a great deal of experience, expertise, and stability into the planning department. I want to also indicate a couple of minor amendments that we've made. Our treasurer becomes minister assisting me. The treasury, I assume full responsibility over treasury. We will look into some of what's happened in treasury. From there, I will look into treasury, look into finance, look into planning, look into Department of Personal Management. And I want to thank the Honorable Yening Saki, who is gracious. He knew that in terms of what happened last Wednesday, where the budget intentions were not fully implemented, someone needs to look from outside. I want to say thank you to the people of Kevian, his family. He is a senior leader of party representing the New Guinea Islands. He was gracious to step down as a treasurer, and he will assume work as minister assisting me, and I will assume responsibility in the treasury space. We have the Forex issue, we have the Puma issue, we have the non-implementation of what we intended for. In 2024 budget, we intended to give relief to our people. Unfortunately, relief didn't come by. It is not purely a problem at Treasury. It is a total problem from preliminary reports I have. Those in Parliament, the clerks of Parliament, those at FLC, those at Finance Department, those at Personal Management, someone going sleeping someplace, somewhere investigation is running. But I asked the Honorable Treasurer if you could come and work with me, I will take full courage looking into what has been happening in Treasury, in planning, in finance, so that we try to restore the functionality of these three important institutions, because they are the clockwork and the heartbeat of the service of government in our country. And so I just want to indicate that the rearrangements, the Honorable Treasurer becomes Minister assisting me, as I assume responsibility over Treasury. I want to also indicate that Minister Chasenko goes back fully to the Foreign Affairs. Many people would think otherwise based on his own ability. Much of the step up we've done in the last 18 months, especially the step up with US, the step up with Australia, the step up with India, the step up with China, the step up with France. I could not have done all this alone. There are many helping hands. He has been one of the steady helping hands. I want to indicate to the SDB party, he's senior leader of the SDB party. They impressed strongly that he's done his due. He served his time for whatever it was worth, and I have absolute faith that he will go back and continue on interfacing. Foreign affairs is a job of interfacing with other countries on behalf of our country. Most of you would have known we removed trade. Trade is with Minister Maru, and foreign affairs is purely interface for PNG and all the bilateral relations we have, and he assumes a role in that space. Minister, the Honorable Joe Cooley, is moved to Correctional Service Institution, and Minister Bando assumes responsibility over the coffee sector in our country, so that we just work that space. I felt that those little changes need to be made. The new blood that come into cabinet, in my view, will assist contributing in two fundamental focuses of my government since 2019. Our focus has always been, number one, first and foremost, growing the economy. That is why we split the agricultural sector into three other subsidiary sectors: livestock, oil palm, and coffee. So that focus remains. That split has subsumed cabinet spaces. That's why we had to amalgamate CIS and police. That's why we had to amalgamate planning and finance and other amalgamations. Now, with the new changes we've had for 6 more new ministries coming in, it gives us an ability to make these appointments. Minister Bando remains focused in coffee. Coffee has a cover of 70% of Papua New Guineans right across the coastal and highlands part of our country. He will be given full support to ensure people are mobilized to go into SME self-sustenance, earning income from the sector. And I want to appreciate the Honorable Cooley, who has now been moved into Correctional Service Institution. We will work with him in investments that we focus to do in the CI sector, especially in rehabilitations of all our correctional service institutions nationwide. This year we have money for that. Last year we did also allocate some money, but in the care of one ministry that look after both police and CIS, we felt that CIS was not being given the due care and love. We now have this split again, so there's one dedicated minister for the correctional service institution. I did make mention on the Honorable Aya Tambo in the space of agriculture. He will beg a pardon, Honorable John Boito. In the space of agriculture, he will step into the role that the Honorable Aya Tambo was doing successfully. I want to say thank you to all caucus, both my Pangu caucus as well as the government caucus of our coalition. We have a big coalition. There are many qualified potential ministers, but in a house of equals, the 6 were given the call from their party nominations and from our Pangu party nominations to the regional party wings. I want to say that I've a couple of ministry spots that are still vacant. And we're looking at, it's not just getting someone into cabinet, we're looking at the correct function to allocate. So all of us are getting to do work and getting work done. The country is not what it was in 1975. 1975, we were a nation under 3.5 million people. Today, we are a nation over 12 million people. 1975, the economic challenges was much, much less. Today, the challenges has multiple, much bigger today. The social challenges in 1975 was different. Today, much bigger. The cabinet structure needs to be adjusted. The cabinet number has increased based on the volume of workload that has increased commensurating the population increase over time. So I just want to say, this not giving jobs for someone you know, this is giving job to ensure country is served in the various ministries they now occupy, closer to the point of action, closer to the public service leadership, to ensure delivery of services does take place as a minister remains close, instead of one minister having many departments and agencies, a minister having a few targeted areas we want to target so that interventions gets done as we implement our 2024 budgets and going forward.